Here we have a large Paleo storystone face and mammoth effigy made out of Texas Holey Limestone. This limestone comes from just outside of San Antonio, Texas, and it was a favorite of Paleo Indians for the making of Paleo storystone face and mammoth effigies because of the holes in the stone. The natural holes in the stone were the eyes of the faces and the eyes of the mammoth. I've never seen any or found any evidence of paleo drilling. I don't believe that Paleo Indians ever drilled stone at all. They did ream it and they beveled it. They beveled natural holes to flatten them out and to enlarge them or to accent them, but they didn't drill them. Now, they did have punches and awls, undoubtedly for making clothing, for leather work, and also probably needles. I'm sure they had needles and sinew for sewing. They found Paleo Indian graves that are way over 11,000 years old, whereby the occupants were wonderfully dressed, actually, just really beautifully dressed. And the Paleo Indians are not what we see in the movies that are depicted in the movies, bare-chested running around like cavemen. Not at all. They were dressed and they wore good clothing because after all, over 10,000 years ago and during the Ice Age, they had to be dressed. They just weren't running around bare-chested like you see in the movies and some modern thinking. But this is an excellent image of that young face looking off to the left with the upturned nose and the hairdo here coming down the back of the head. Here's the eye of the face, and here's the upturned nose of the young face facing left. Now, when we turn it this way, now we have a great face of a old hook-nosed face. With this, the eye again, and the big hook nose with the open mouth down below that we see imaged over and over again in these Paleo storystone face and mammoth effigies, one young face and one old face. And then when we turn it this way, wow, we've got a great mammoth image right there. We've got its back leg here, its front leg here. We have its eye, hair tuft above the head, and the trunk, massive trunk coming down to the right, facing right. And then when we turn it this, and of course the old face is looking down from this mammoth, from underneath this mammoth. Then when we turn it this way, now we have that typical baby mammoth image that we see over and over and over again, with the little trunk down here to the lower left, facing left, with the eye of the baby mammoth and its massive hair tuft up above its head. Just a really good baby mammoth image right there. And this stone has been flaked all down this edge here. All that's been flaked. And we see some even other faces here, really. This is an eye of a face, a nose, and a mouth down here of a face on the edge. They were able to do that when they flaked the edges of this stone, and lots of stone, actually. And then we have this side is mostly natural here, but has been flaked, just wind blown a little bit. And we see another face imaged here, an eye, and a nose looking at us right there. And the Paleo Indians did that. They scraped that down some to get to that image. And then when we turn it this way, this edge is natural. And then when we turn it over here, we can see they really flake this edge as well. So they flake the perimeter to make the images of the mammoths and the faces. It's all flaked stone. So just a beautiful, beautiful Paleo storystone face and mammoth effigy from just outside San Antonio, Texas, made out of Texas Holey Limestone. And here we have another one made out of Texas Holey Limestone, and that's a great mammoth image right there, now facing off to the right. We have its back legs, its front legs. Believe it or not, that hole is all natural there. That's the natural. Where they flaked it was around the perimeter here. That's all been flaked, as you can see. around the perimeter to make this mammoth image now facing right. And then we have a face with the eye, the nose, and the mouth looking up from the rear of the mammoth, which is typical iconographics for Paleo story stone face and mammoth effigies. This one again made out of Texas Holey Limestone. So I just wanted to share a couple of really interesting Texas Holey Limestone, Paleo story stone face and mammoth effigies from San Antonio, Texas area.